Okay, so the first Anita video got a pretty decent amount of views, and since I'm a shameless attention whore, here's the follow-up. Now, in my defense, at least for this video, and the next one, honestly, other people are posting shit that I feel compelled to say something about. Otherwise, honestly, I had a nice little story about some crap that's pissing me off with TYT that I was gonna do, but that's back burner that for the moment, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So, now I'm hopefully done with the babbling. What am I doing? Yesterday, Anita posted on her website, Feminist Frequency, sort of a response to the whole garbage human thing with Sargon and the flurry of activity that has been sparked by it. Alright, so I will be hopping around a bit on this. I should record this little segment you're listening to right here after the video is over, because I realized I had something like 30 fucking minutes of ranting about this freaking response. So, I'm gonna have to abridge some things, okay? Because I got some things in here that are absolute fucking gold, and some that are just kind of like, your standard issue. So, yeah, it'll be abridged. Again, unlike some people I can mention, I will actually have the link to the full thing in the description below. You can read it to your heart's content. Just, I don't know, pad your spine or something so nothing cracks when you cringe. And let's get started. To kick off the Women Online panel at VidCon last Thursday, the moderator posed the question, why do we still have to talk about the harassment of women? I replied, because I think one of my biggest harassers is sitting in the front row. Actually, Anita, you said a few more things than that. That's kind of why we're in this pickle. We're in this whole situation right now. Anyway, he showed up with several others. Together, his group took up the two front rows at the panel. Their presence was plainly not, as one of them later said in an apology video, quote unquote, he posted to Twitter to, quote, give us the chance we never gave them, and to hear us out. Again, but of course, doesn't bother to put in a link to the video. I'd like to see this video. See exactly what was said. You know, citation needed, to coin a phrase. But instead to intimidate me and put me on edge. They will no doubt plead innocent and act shocked at what they characterize as the outrageousness of such allegations. This too is part of their strategy, gaslighting, acting in a way intended to encourage me and their other targets to doubt themselves and to wonder if all this isn't just in our heads. But to anyone who examines their patterns of behavior with clear eyes, the intentions of their actions are undeniably apparent. That's right. That's it. Quick. Shitlords of the internet. She's onto the scheme. To gaslight her and to make her think she's crazy. That's all in her head. It's not actually happening, Anita. You're imagining it. Oh, God. Someone, seriously. Either she's money grubbing or she's looking, or she needs some serious, like, share time with a therapist. Carl is a man who literally profits from harassing me and other women. He makes over $5,000 a month on Patreon for creating YouTube videos that mock, insult, and discredit myself and other women online. And he's not alone. He is one of several YouTubers who profit from the cottage industry of online harassment and anti-feminism. Together, these people have millions of followers who are regularly encouraged by the videos and tweets of these individuals to harass me and other women and who make videos daring to assert the basic humanity of women, people of color, trans folks, and members of other marginalized groups. But of course, if you disagree with these assertions, you're part of the problem, and you are misogynistic patriarchy scum, and you're just trying to distract from the real issue, which is, I don't know, donating to her on Patreon. Because of the constant flood of threats and harassment I have received over the past 5 years, simply for being a woman who argues for the basic humanity of women in a deeply misogynistic culture. Seriously? Well, why am I even surprised? I mean, of course. See, here's the thing. A deeply misogynistic patriarchal culture is not going to have... Why, if that were the case, if our culture is deeply misogynistic, why in the hell is Anita Sarkeesian spouting her opinions on platforms like, like at places like the UN, and not Sargon the oppressor, or Bering, that misogynistic cunt? Or me, fuck it, I'll do it. But no. The patriarchy is evidently totally cool with the one speaking out against them being put in given those kinds of platforms. I went for a very long time rarely participating in public conversations. Being a target of cyber mob harassment is a traumatizing experience. Though harassers seek to deny this, one tactic of theirs is to, wait for it, dismiss the very idea, to say that everyone online is treated the same. Everyone online gets called names sometimes. In fact, there is simply no comparison between being occasionally mocked or insulted online as a male anti-feminist who occupies a position of power in an overwhelmingly sexist patriarchal culture, and being a woman who receives a never-ending torrent of abuse while fighting both tooth and nail to create an online culture that is a little less misogynistic and a little more equitable. And there she goes again. That whole thing, that whole bullshit of like, the whole strategy of saying, no, see, this is, they'll say that there's no problem, but that's what they want. That's what the patriarchy wants you to think. That's what they want you to think. It's all a scam, man. They're just trying to pull the misogynistic wool over your eyes. But don't. No. Say no to the wool. Say no to the wool of patriarchy. I am correct. Even though, no matter what, in everything they say against my points, and every attempt they could possibly make to prove them wrong, only proves them that much more right. Yeah, never mind the fact that it's like, okay, could you maybe provide some evidence? That would go a long way. I mean, I know it's an alien concept to the folks at Feminist Frequency and a number of other places. Don't get me wrong, it's not alone in this. But this is basically the whole, pics or didn't happen kind of culture here. Maybe some screenshots of this harassment. Maybe some audio recordings. That's an interesting thing too. We're talking online harassment here, folks. Online. The internet never forgets. So if this harassment was made, it was made either by email or text or, chat or comments on video or whatever. So there is obviously a record of it somewhere. Why don't you get the fucking record and show it to people? And then you can prove you're correct. You can prove your side. But no, see, they don't really care about that. That's why they're going it the other way around. It's happening, you prove us wrong. And proving a negative is a bitch. Proving that something never happened is a lot more of a pain in the ass than and difficult than proving that it does. So, but yeah, and that's their fucking strategy. And that's one of the things that pisses me off the most is like this whole like, there is no room for debate here. If you debate, you are against us and you are trying to prove us wrong and you are a misogynist and a tool of the patriarchy. Alright, moving on. However, despite the torrent of harassment, I recently made a conscious decision to participate more regularly in panels and conventions and public events. And what she means to say is like the freaking Patreon money was starting to dry up. And that shitload of money people showered her with on like Kickstarter or GoFundMe or whichever it was for her videos, that's getting dried up, so I need to go beat some more money out of this dead horse here. Anyway, because I wanted to engage with people who show up in good faith to listen to our ideas. But let me make something very clear. When you have a history of harassing someone for years and you show up in the front row of their panel with a camera and an entourage, that is not an act of good faith, to put it mildly. That is itself an act of harassment and intimidation. Allow me to present Exhibit A. How is that intimidating? What's it gonna do? Hop up there and start smacking someone with a selfie stick? And it's like, oh, you show up with video cameras. You realize the event is called VidCon, right? As in like video convention. It's for YouTube people who film fucking everything already. And this is a convention form. Like, you think there might be a camera or two rolling. Everyone's gonna have a fucking camera going. Everyone's gonna be sitting there. Everyone's gonna have a camera. Is doing nothing. No one there was doing anything different than anyone else there. But your mere presence is harassment. And proof that I'm right. Be gone, patriarchy scum. Shit. Just a second. Oh, goddamn. Alright, move on. He and his companions were doing this not just to me, but to other women as well. Women like Kat Black and Francesca Ramsey. Yeah, by the way, here's a picture of like the harassment that Francesca Ramsey suffered here. There you go. I'll link to the video below where that guy recounted that incident, his meeting with Francesca. And how she hugged him, and he'll probably never wash the shirt again. So that we're all aware at VidCon that this man who harassed us and whose hundreds of thousands of followers have attacked us online for years is here, watching us. Again, VidCon. Everyone's fucking watching you. Jesus fucking Christ. Is a deliberate act to create an environment that feels hostile. To communicate to us that if and when we dare to show up in public to express the ideas that we express online, the harassment will follow us into the physical world as well. It's like that thing too, she's changing the definition here. So it's like, okay, you're harassing me. I'm sitting here. You have a camera. Everyone's got a camera. It's a video convention. It's a convention of video makers, for Christ's sake. Well, you being here makes it harassment. That's harassment, you being here. Like, no, it's like saying like okay, I cannot in this world like, and that's one of the things that bugs me too a lot about people like this is that it's like, oh, we'll just change the definition, like street harassment or something like that. It's like, or or like the ones that are like the racist ones are like, oh, racism means racism against from white people towards minorities. Not the other way around. It can't happen the other way around because you're not oppressed. Like, no, you're changing the definition. That's not, the definition is like, discriminating against someone because of their skin color or their race. It does not specify a particular group of races that can be victims of it or not, so on and so forth. You know, it's like, you can't just go changing the definitions on shit, okay? Harassment, the fact that someone is there is not harassment, okay? And you can't make it harassment by saying, oh, well, that's what I consider harassment. No. Because I can say that I consider this to be a fish. But you see, it's not a fish. It's a memory card. Now he and his followers are acting as if me publicly calling him a garbage human is the equivalent to what he has done to me. In truth, he and his followers cannot begin to imagine what it has been to constantly beg for and fight for your basic humanity in a culture that fundamentally refuses to acknowledge it. He cannot imagine what it is to spend years and years being the threat of floods of harassment and hate, and then to still go up there and keep fighting. Now, oh, I'm so strong for continuing through all this harassment. No. This one, right here, she's strong. Okay? She's fucking strong. You know what she did? She commanded a fucking T-34 tank during World War II, during the Battle of Kursk. Largest tank battle in history. Believe she died, not at Kursk, but later on, I think she was run over by a tank. That sucks. But anyway, she went out to actually fight the fucking Germans. That's someone who, you know, she went out and kept fighting, okay? You just bucked up because you need more money. The companion of his who made that apology video, again, no link, I referenced earlier, also tweeted that women are powerful enough to deal with things like workplace harassment to rape. Huh? Like, from things ranging from workplace harassment to rape? Again, Anita, seriously, links, citations, motherfucker. Do you know how to use them? Put them in here. A link to the... You could do that thing where you make the word itself a link. So you could be like, to that apology video, that could be a link to that video. And people, you know, see? Like, that works. Check out a freaking news article sometimes. They do it all the time. Unless it's BuzzFeed. Fuck that. I'll never settle for that. You're damn right I'm powerful. After everything I've been put through by Carl and other men just like him, I am still powerful enough to go out there and try to change it and get your money. And that, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion of Anita at this point is that. It's like, that's her intention. Overall, it seems. Like, this is a person who's like, the way her arguments are always structured has, you know, is nothing towards like fixing any of these problems. Never, hey, let's discuss this, let's work this out. Here are the issues we need to come up with a solution. No, it's just all this, you know, I am a horribly persecuted little innocent victim here. I need to fight this misogyny and sexism. Give me money to do it. And at the same time, like, she structures all her arguments in a way that, like, if you in any way try to refute them, if you mention or you try to talk about a potential alternate concept or alternate idea, you are part of the problem. You are a harasser. You are a misogynist, a sexist, an anti-feminist harasser that's just trying to stop what needs to be done. And that doesn't work. Like, any normal person is going to see that and be like, no, that's not how, like, I don't see what you're, you know. So either someone doesn't care enough to really look into it, so they just kind of buy it, like, oh, okay, yeah, it sounds reasonable, or they don't care. But who does care is a very particular little, like, group of people that's sort of her followers that she plays like a fiddle, and that, again, give her some fucking money. And that's why she's out there. That's why she keeps going out there and doing this stuff. And that's why she keeps not really doing anything but public speaking about the same shit she's been speaking about since her little shtick got started. is she wants to make money off of it. She doesn't want to actually, you look at like the whole thing with Lacey Green, where she's starting to say like, okay, maybe there's something to this. Let's actually have some discussion. Let's talk about this. That's someone who I feel believes in their sort of feminist ideology and their effort for equality for women, things like that. Even Francesca Ramsey, like, she seems at least open to it. Like, okay, we'll chat, we'll talk again. Link to that video Andywarski did, where he met and just talked with her. See, those are people that I feel like they truly mean what they're talking about. All right, their intention is, they feel that there's oppression, there is racism and sexism or misogyny in the world, and they're trying to combat it. And to that end, because of that, they are potentially willing to actually debate or discuss with other people of other viewpoints, lay out the evidence and go over the facts and debate and actually try to come up with a solution. But Anita doesn't do that. Anita just says, I'm right, you're wrong. And if you say that you're wrong, if you try to disprove, the very act of trying to disprove what I'm saying means that you are wrong, and what's more, you are part of the problem. You are the misogynist, the sexist, the racist, the attacker, the harasser. So nothing that she does has any way of leading to a meaningful solution, or meaningful solution to these issues that she talks about. And that, to me, is basically, what that says is that she has no interest in actually fixing them. She just, she has found out that being a victim in that way, in doing what she does, attracts a certain type of follower who will give her money, who will donate, who will say, oh yes, you're right, we need to fight against this. And that's how she makes her livings. And she doesn't want to solve those problems or work towards fixing them, because what happens when they're fixed? No one has to donate money to her anymore. If it's not a problem, if it's not a horrific issue that's still like horribly oppressing women and harming their lives greatly, then there's not much need to donate. Well, that's at least my opinion. Give me yours in the comments below, because again, you can leave comments on my videos. Like, dislike, subscribe, and subscribe for more. I do have another video, unfortunately, about this coming up. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Like, I want to do this, I want to move on. But no, someone else has released a statement about this, someone big, and I'm going to have to talk about it. So, catch that, and I'll see you next time.